What's up, Roto Grinders? Welcome to FanDuel sponsored Crunch Time. I'm your host, TJ Zwarich, ready to break down the small 4-game Sunday NBA slate we got. Joined by my guy, Shiver Me Timbo, Tasteful Tides, Tim Buell. How you doing?
Well, I'm auto dead in football because I didn't play Aaron Jones in single entry, so not a good start for my day in NFL. So I'm hoping to recoup some of my losses here in NBA.
Let's get it going. I played 20 lineups today in NFL, and 2 of them have only Aaron Jones and Packers defense. And so I'm kind of just hoping this game ends 14-0 now. Obviously, that's not going to happen, but that's my hope, is that just no one scores the rest of this game and ends 14-0, and then my Ram stacks can go off along with the low-owned Packers defense. But Dallas is probably going to score 35 points in the second half, something like that. Anyways, we are here to talk about NBA. We, of course, are going to start on our FanDuel sponsor. You can bet $5 over there and get $150 in bonus bets for new users in Arizona, Colorado, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Louisiana, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, and Wyoming. Those of you in the great state of Vermont now have access to FanDuel Sportsbook as well with a special offer. Bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets on any market. Terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 years or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. And if you're needing some bets to put over there, you don't know what to use, you can check out the brand new Props and Pick'em package. The experts at the Roto Grinders projections team take our premium stats, comb through the market for any inefficiencies. Using our model, you can easily see which lines are off, where to find them, and how likely the prop will hit based on our tool. You can also now try out the Props and Pick'em package as a 3-day pass. The 3-day pass will auto-renew with the monthly rates after the free days are up, so make sure you keep your eye on that. And the link in our description will give you that 3-day pass right there, so check it out right down there below. While you're hitting the like button, which we need you to do, smash the like button if you're watching us on YouTube. Check out that 3-day pass at the same time. And finally, if you're playing Showdown NFL tonight, or if you're playing the NBA slate, which I'm assuming you are since you're joining us, you can use SimLabs to generate DFS lineups through the power of simulation. It combines data from every aspect of the slate to churn out lineups that match your preferences. In just a few clicks, you can have hundreds of well-built, correlated lineups ready to go for whatever contest type you're playing, now including NBA. Try out new NBA SimLabs for free while it is in beta mode using the link in our description. All Combo and NFL subscribers currently have access to the NFL SimLabs tool, and it'll be the same for NBA. As soon as it's out of beta, if you have NBA or Combo, you will have access to it. Give me a little breakdown of this slate, Tim, because we only have 4 games. You know, it's a pretty small slate, and feels even smaller because you can almost scratch 3 or 4 of these teams off the list completely.
Yeah, this slate is pretty gross. It's not really a DFS friendly slate. We got a little bit of news, at least, with Chris Middleton being ruled out, so that does give a little bit of a value bump for some guys on the Bucks, but nothing too crazy. We're not really waiting on too much news either. So it's it's gonna be hard to pay up for 2 studs on either site. It's really just you pay for one, and value, really good value, is really hard to come by. So it's gonna be, you're gonna have to make a lot of uncomfortable clicks on such a small slate.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. If you have any questions, drop them in the Roto Grinders Discord. I'll drop the link below here across the stream for you to check out the Roto Grinders Discord, and the live stream chat is where I will be checking out questions first. That is, of course, free to join. Second, I will be going to the YouTube chat for questions, so make sure you get your questions there too. Smash that like button, help us battle the YouTube algorithm. All you gotta do is click a little button. If you're watching on your phone, click hide chat. Like it, bring the chat back up, nice and easy, and it makes sure that we keep getting to do these weekend shows, even on these small slates. Let's start breaking it down on FanDuel. Why don't you we'll go position by position here. You can do cash games, and of course, give us your tournament takes as well. And then I will give my tournament takes after here. We got De'Aaron Fox and Bam Adebayo listed as core plays here for Taylor. I think we probably want to throw in, though, Damian Lillard as well as a core play, especially now that Chris Middleton is out, because he's actually the one whose usage increases the most.
No disrespect to Taylor, but I strongly prefer Lillard over Fox. I think that it's going to be pretty tough to play all of Lillard, Fox, and Bam. But if you can make that work, that's definitely a good strategy. Because there really aren't very many like good value point guards. I think Mike Conley at 5,800, he's decent. He's he's about as good as it gets in terms of point guard value for FanDuel. Or I guess you go Malik Monk, but I prefer saving the 700 for Conley. But yeah, and then there's obviously like Bradley Beal, Anthony Simons. But really, it's Lillard for me is the top play on the entire slate, considering price and ownership.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. He is absolutely the core play guy at the point guard position. Let's both give our positional thoughts before going on to the next one, as opposed to just you running through the whole thing than me running through the whole thing. And I feel like it'll be easier to go here. I see somebody in chat says Antetokounmpo still has a Q tag. No, he doesn't. He has been ruled available to play, so Giannis is going to be in there. For tournaments, I don't think it's crazy to go with somebody like, say, Kyle Lowry going up against the Charlotte Hornets. They play way faster with LaMelo Ball back, and he is back now. Jimmy Butler's still out. Harrow's there, but I don't think it's crazy to like take a shot on somebody like a Kyle Lowry, even though he's probably not going to play a ton of minutes in tournaments. And other than that, like, it's just pretty gross. I think people like Anthony Simons and Bradley Beal for here at the point guard and shooting guard position, I would kind of want to only play those guys together. Like, I think they make for a great little mini stack. Beal and Simons, they're both affordable. They both will play in close games. They both won't play in blowouts. And so I don't hate the idea of playing them together. But then if I'm not, if I'm not playing either of them, kind of looking at that Phoenix-Portland game like it might be a blowout, and look to Phoenix for some potential low-owned value in tournaments. Because just assuming that they're going to absolutely throttle Portland because Portland doesn't want to actually win these games. Who do you like at the shooting guard position?
Yeah, so definitely Grayson Allen on FanDuel at 5,100, shooting guard, small forward, definitely a position that's decent, has decent value at. You can also go Malik Beasley, 4,500 on FanDuel. Same thing, small forward, shooting guard eligible. It's kind of gross playing him, but that's what we have tonight for value. Another one, it could be Kevin Huerter, I think, for value also. This is definitely a position that I want to save on. But real quick, Tyler Hero is like my favorite GPP play on the slate, just because I think a lot of people are going to play Bam, which is great. He's a great play. But I think Hero gives you amazing leverage off of Bam in large field GPPs.
Love the Hero call. I agree. I think he's probably going to be like the best lower-ish owned option on the slate, and I like him quite a bit for tournaments as well. He would be my favorite here at the shooting guard position. And then, of course, I think you can take shots on the Connaughtons, on the Andre Jacksons, on the Terrence Manns. It's gross, but if you need to, you can. I think my favorite guy, though, would probably be Eric Gordon, even though he's probably not going to play a ton of minutes. I could see him just going out there and putting up an easy, 20 real points in 24 minutes up against a weak Portland team. So I don't hate the idea of taking shots on him in tournaments as well. Small forward position. We're going to be a lot of the same guys, but is there anybody else here that you want to make sure you get?
Jaime Jaquez for Miami, 6,300. I think he's a good mid-range play. Possibly could play him in cash. Same thing with Caleb Martin, 5,500. I think he'd be a fine last piece. Jaden McDaniels probably better on DK, but I still think if you're hunting for value, he's a decent option.
Yeah, I like the McDaniels one, even though like there are similar valued guys to him here on FanDuel. I do like the steal block upside he gets over here too. Like he's one of the few sub 5K options that are available on DraftKings, and there are more here on FanDuel. But the scoring system benefits him a little bit more. So yeah, I don't mind him on both. Couple tournament pivots I really like. Keegan Murray is one of my favorite plays on the slate at 6,800. Milwaukee, not a great defensive team. They play really fast. This is a close total, highest total game on the slate. I love Keegan Murray, one of my very favorite tournament plays on the slate. And then I like the Jaime Jaquez call quite a bit as well. Jeremy Grant, I think, would be in play if you want to play like that Simons, Beal, Grant mini stack kind of thing. But that about rounds it out here for me. Even like Harrison Barnes, I think, is in play too. $4,400 going up against Milwaukee. Like, I just want to stack up that game as much as possible. And so if I have $4,500 remaining and I need to choose between $4,600 remaining, and I need to choose between McDaniels, Alexander Walker, Beasley will already probably be in my lineup, but Terrence Mann or Herter and Barnes, I'm going to choose Herter and Barnes first just because they're in that game, and I want to get as much exposure to that game as possible. Power forward, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get Giannis in cash. He's just too expensive. If you can somehow make it happen in tournaments and it works, great. But with the lack of value we have on this slate, I would probably be pretty close to just not playing Giannis at all. If I did, it would be in like stacking up the Herters, the Beasleys, the Harrison Barneses, the Lyles. Yes, as many people in that game as possible, thinking like it stays close so he gets his minutes.
Yeah, he's too expensive for cash. I'm trying to find a way to play Sabonis and Lillard, but even that's kind of tough. Sabonis is my favorite power forward play. If you can get to him, great. Giannis is too expensive. I'm too worried about the blowout for Durant. So I'm going Bobby Portis at 5,600. I think he's a really, really strong power forward play. Like you mentioned, Keegan Murray, Jaden McDaniels. You could punt with Trey Lyles if you really needed to. Jovic is 5K. I don't think he's in play for cash, but I think he's worth a couple tournament dart throws.
I love him for tournaments starting and no Kevin Love. That no Kevin Love could be very big for him picking up a few extra minutes. I could easily see that 22-minute projection increasing to 26, 28. So I really like Jovic in tournaments. Again, I want to hammer home Keegan Murray, one of my favorite tournament plays on the entire slate. If you're running 150 lineups, I know this is crazy, but take a shot on Chimezie Metu. We're looking at this game to be potentially a blowout. There's no bowl today. I think Chimezie Metu is a great large field tournament flyer today that absolutely nobody is going to be playing. And then Trey Lyles, of course, great value play. I think kind of bringing it back to the point guard position, even though we're at power forward now, I think would you agree with this from a cash game standpoint? At point guard, we're playing Lillard, and then our next option is Fox or Conley. And basically, if it's Conley, you make sure you play Sabonis. If it's Fox, you're obviously not going to be able to play Sabonis.
That's exactly right. So that's why I'm playing Conley, because I like Sabonis over Fox. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I think that makes complete sense. And I think I give the slight edge to Sabonis too, but make sure that if you're playing cash, you have one of the two of those Sacramento studs on there. You're playing Sabonis or you're playing Fox.
Yeah.
Finally, the center position in cash, you got Bam. Very easy. He's in a great spot. There's still no Jimmy Butler. Charlotte plays fast. Charlotte gives up among the most fantasy points inside. Very, very easy cash gameplay there. But I think there are some phenomenal tournament pivots. Like just top tier tournament pivots for how crappy of a slate this is, Tim. I think we got some really great options in tournaments.
I love Brook Lopez. I love Brook Lopez.
Yeah.
I love
take it away.
Well, no, it's just a great game environment for him. I don't think he's going to be that high owned. So 6,500, fair price tag. He has a ceiling, low ownership. So yeah, I love Brook Lopez.
There's one more that's even sneakier that I love Brook Lopez, and I do think Brook is the better play, but there's one more that's even sneakier that I think is just a top tier FanDuel tournament play because nobody's going to be looking there. And it's Ivica Zubac. I don't like this game, though. I don't
Mm,
like the game environment. But there's two players in the NBA that very specifically, I don't give a damn how tough the matchup is. I don't give a damn how slow the pace is. All I care about is there a center on the court that is slow that will allow this guy to also stay on the court? And that's Zubats and that's Jonas Valanciunas. Because as long as Zubats and JV get minutes, they perform. And with Gobert and Kat and Naz Reid, Zubats, I think, could be in line for a big minutes game. And that's all that matters to me with him. As long as he's out there, he puts up big scores. 37 minutes against the Lakers, he had 47 fantasy points. 33 minutes against Memphis, he had 41. 31 against Charlotte, he had 45. As long as he gets these minutes, he puts up the big scores. I'm going to see if they've faced Minnesota yet this year. Doesn't look like they have. So with this being the first matchup against Minnesota, I don't think many people are going to clue into that because Gobert is out there, Zubats is going to play a lot too. I think he has huge GPP winning upside at like maximum 5% ownership.
Yeah, I think that's a strong call.
Let's switch it over to DraftKings here. We got 12 minutes to lock, and then we will take some QQs after we're done DraftKings here. It'll probably be much quicker since there aren't that many huge differences here between
really
FanDuel and DraftKings on a small slate. Like it's very, very similar. So we'll be able to still have lots of time for QQs. Make sure you're smashing that like button on YouTube. It does help us so much. Battles the algorithm. We want to keep giving you these shows for small slates on weekends, and to do so, we need to be getting those likes. So first off, at point guard, obviously we got Dame. Is it the same kind of situation to you on DraftKings that you're playing Fox or Sabonis?
Yes, absolutely. And I prefer Sabonis over Fox.
Yeah, I think I'm preferring Sabonis too. Are you going with Adebayo and Sabonis in cash games?
Yeah, so I'm trying to do that, but I see it. I think I'm actually just gonna go Sabonis and leave off Bam. That might be bad. I'm not sure. I'm trying to play both, but it's really tough because I also really want Dame. So I want it as much exposure to Sacramento and the Bucks game.
Tim is pulling a little bit of a TJ today, where he's looking at the projections, even though it's cash game, and going, hey, I'm trusting my gut, and I'm going Sabonis here, even though it's Adebayo projects a little bit better. That's something I do.
but Sabonis doesn't project that much worse, really.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's not like completely off the board.
No, absolutely not. It's essentially just taking the second best projected guy instead of the best projected guy for that spot.
Right,
Definitely not an egregious leap. Shooting guard here. Who are you looking to go with in cash? Obviously, we're both still going to like Tyler Hero here in tournaments. But we're probably going to need to save some salary in cash games. Where are you looking to go?
Yeah, it's so ugly. It's definitely gonna be Grayson Allen, Malik Beasley, perhaps Norman Powell, Malik Monk, but it's definitely a pay down position for me, cash.
Yeah, and I think you're playing Grayson Allen either at the shooting guard or small forward. He's probably somebody you're looking to get into that cash game, though, as one of the better salary savers on the slate. Herder is somebody I think you can throw in there potentially for cash or tournaments just because of how cheap he is. And then another guy I want to throw in tournaments, Eric Gordon at 4,600. I think that's a great price tag for him. Duncan Robinson, I think you can take shots on against Charlotte just because I think he could even play a little bit in a blowout, and they're terrible defensively. So I don't hate getting to some Duncan Robinson in tournaments as well. Small forward position, who you prioritize in cash? You trying to get Hawkes, or are you going down to somebody like McDaniels?
No, I got to go lower. I think Jaden McDaniels is my guy tonight. You could, I guess, go to Hawkes, but I think McDaniels is better for cash. Take the savings.
Holy crap! It's 27 to nothing right now for the Green Bay Packers.
Is it really?
Dak was just picked sixth, and so it's 27-0.
Insane.
All of a sudden, my those two Green Bay and Aaron Jones teams I have might be cooking a little bit here. All right, might be fingers crossed that the Cowboys don't go crazy in the second half and bring that one back together. Other guys at the small forward position, I don't mind here. I like Jaquez a lot for tournaments. I think Andre Jackson Jr. you could take a shot on. Again, Duncan Robinson is available here. That's pretty much it. It's a really gross position. Where is? Oops. Why couldn't I find Caleb Martin? What position is he on DraftKings?
Power
5,600 power forward only.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, as we pivot to power forward, I think Caleb Martin is a very interesting power forward for tournaments. I find it very weird that he only has power forward eligibility. But who are you looking to go here in tournaments? Because again, like if we sort by RG value, or sorry, in cash, because if we sort by RG value, it's Antetokounmpo, it's Durant, it's Leonard, it's Kawhi. Or sorry, it's Kawhi, it's Karl Anthony Towns. We're obviously not playing them. My favorite is still Keegan Murray of all, like just in general. But again, I don't know if you can get there in a cash game setting. So
mine is probably Bobby Portis or Trey Lyles or Caleb Martin, but probably it could very well be Trey Lyles just to get the savings.
Yeah, against a team like Milwaukee that's going to have two big men on the court, including Giannis a lot of the time. I don't think there's anything wrong with going to Trey Lyles in cash. I think he's tournament viable as well. Again, just hammering home by far my favorite tournament play on the slate here at power forward is Keegan Murray. And then at center, you're playing Bam or Sabonis in cash. It's one of those two only. But I really want to hammer home Brook Lopez, Ivica Zubac. For some reason, Zubac is picking up a little more ownership on DraftKings than Brook Lopez is, whereas on FanDuel, it's reversed. I still think they're both amazing for tournaments.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you should probably play Bam in cash, but I am not. Just to be transparent, I am playing Sabonis.
We are severely lacking for value, so if we do happen to get DeAndre Ayton ruled out, he's currently listed as questionable. That game's not till 9 p.m. If you do want to chance it, you could do the whole do-up Reith, Jabari Walker in large field tournaments if you're playing a ton of lineups. And then if you happen to get DeAndre Ayton in, maybe you have someone else at that position as you have another player available in your lineup as well. You could swap down to like Drew Eubanks, Chimezie Metu, hope for a blowout, and upgrade somewhere else. But that is definitely large field tournaments only. And if you're playing a lot of lineups, because that is quite the risky way to go about it. Time for some QQs. We got 6 minutes left to lock. You're thinking of Cody Martin. TJJ3 says, no, I wanted the Miami Martin. That's who I want. I didn't want the Charlotte Martin. I want the Miami Martin because I want the Martin that's facing Charlotte, because Miami's a much better defensive team and plays at a much slower pace than the Charlotte Hornets do. Looking at the Discord first, RotoGrinders live stream chat for QQs, then going to the YouTube chat. Smash the like button over there. NBA DFS is going to be a lot of throwing for Dak in the second half. Yes, that's true. I'm just hoping he doesn't do anything with it to make sure that I got some lineups with a live shot at something here. J3 wants to feel my plums. Mr. Richard says no feel plums. He doesn't want to feel TJ's plums. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on how you look at it, I'm going to say fortunately from my perspective, we are nowhere near each other in real life. This is only virtual, so you can't actually touch me. Thankfully, you can only look at me through the computer and talk on YouTube. But maybe we can give our favorite GPP plays of the night if we get these likes up. But look, we've already done it anyways. It's Tyler Herro, it's Ivica Zubac and or Brook Lopez. We're making sure we get one of the, and we're trying to stack up as much, and it's Keegan Murray, and we're trying to stack up that Milwaukee and Sacramento game as much as possible. So hit the like button because you love us, and we're giving you away the plays for free. Favorite game stack? Absolutely. It's Sacramento and Milwaukee. Nothing else is remotely close. Favorite position to spend up for and favorite position to save on, Tim, today on FanDuel. What do you think? Like, what's the best punt?
Probably saving at small forward, power forward, spending up at, I'd say, center. Is
Highsmith or Jovic in play? I think Jovic is a great tournament play, and I think Highsmith is maybe somebody you could include in if you're playing 150, but that's it.
Yeah.
How about Cody Martin?
Yeah, I like Jovic quite a bit for tournaments.
What do you think about Cody Martin, the Charlotte one, in tournaments?
I don't think so. I don't like that. I don't like getting it to anyone really from Charlotte other than Nick Richards.
QQ, low dollar single entry GPP with 2,378 entries. Who's the one player needed on my roster? That is Damian Lillard. Who's the best piece with Middleton out? It's Lillard straight up, but of Beasley
Lillard,
and Connaughton, of who they asked, it's Beasley you want to go with. Lowry or Conley on FanDuel, Tim?
I'd say Conley
as well. Here I was trying to rifle through those questions as fast as possible because we were getting close to lock, but I kind of forgot that it's a small slate and that was it for questions. So we're actually good. And now there's still 2 minutes left before lock. So sorry for hogging the questions because I was trying to be speedy. I thought I needed to.
No, you got through those really quick.
But we got about a minute and a half left here till lock. So make sure you get your lineups in and go through the second half, and hopefully my Ram stacks can come through with my Packers defense here. Do you got anything else for the people before we get out of here?
No, I think I'm good.
Thank you so much for joining me, Tim. On behalf of myself, Tim, everyone here at Roto-Grinders behind the scenes, thank you for tuning in, everybody. Good luck on NBA. Good luck on NFL. We got one more question. McDaniels or Herder on FanDuel?
McDaniels.
Who do you like? McDaniels, I think that makes sense too. Unless you're trying to create a bigger game stack than in tournaments, then it's fine to go Herder. But in cash, I think it's definitely McDaniels there. That'll do it for Crunch Time, sponsored by FanDuel. On behalf of myself, Tim, the whole Roto-Grinders team, thanks for tuning in, everyone. We will see you tomorrow. Peace.